Good morning, America. This is Dr. Turi, and today I have another interesting cosmic news for you. Uh, the usual article associated with this video today is titled Hawaii Hiker Says She Followed a Voice. That's going to be interesting to find out why this lady got lost. Okay, so you have to remember that when you read a SOS to the world window, and I mention shocking surprise, and the next thing you know, after 17 days in the wild, the lady was found in bad shape, but okay. I would call that a miracle. I would call that a very, very shocking, unusual circumstances. So Amanda Eller, that's her name. She says, I don't really know what happened Tuesday morning speaking to a reporter, okay? Well, she was in a wheelchair. And all I can say is that I have strong sense of internal guidance. She's a yoga teacher. She's a very spiritual lady. Of internal guidance, whatever you want to call that, a voice, spirit, everybody has as a different name for it. And she said that she was listening to this voice. Now, it's important for you to understand that the voice that she was hearing, her inner voice, and that's where you have to be very cautious. That was the voice of the reptilius. Because I checked on the dates, okay, when she disappeared. That was on May the 8th. That was during one of my SOS to the world deadly window, and that deadly window then was all about the new beginning or ending of important phases of lives. Now you remember, when my mother passed away, suddenly enough, during one of these windows, I knew it was going to be the beginning or the end of important phases of life. Again, I repeat myself for those who just landed on this video, that is the same day that David Icke was also denied a visa to go and speak to the many people that follow him in Australia. So that was the beginning and the end for David Icke and all these people out there, and for me. And that is that very specific windows that the reptilians use to lead her away from security and to get lost in the wild, trying to take her. And she was also under one of her negative cosmic biorhythm for 2019. She's very highly spiritual, very intuitive, everything that you want, but she's not cosmic conscious. The good news is there are also the benevolent draconis in the game. And all these thoughts, all this energy, all this love, all this care was good enough for the reptilians to for the draconis, excuse me, to lead all the rescuer to where she was, just a miracle. And there she was. So if she happened to watch this video, chances are extraordinarily remote now, but who knows, in the years to come, maybe she will go through the internet and look whomever spoke about her, and then she may land on this video. She may learn then that she was led by the reptilians. She could not decipher the little voice. I always says, you have a little voice, you better learn how to listen to it, because this little voice will never lie to you, okay? However, even that little voice is being manipulated by the reptilians when you are under some very negative cosmic winds. And if you do not know, if you're not cosmic conscious, you're going to take a cruise during those negative windows, and you're going to end up being, constipated or poisoned. Or you may decide to go for your birthday, which happened during one of these negative windows. You don't know better. It's your birthday. It's your wedding anniversary. You don't know. you just decide to go. Oh, you better check the stars because it's all written in light for you. And if you don't speak God cosmic languages, you're going to pay the penalty. So I'm glad this lady was able to survive. I'm glad that Amanda is still with us for a family. And, that's going to be definitely an interesting experience as far as she is concerned. But it's all within the shocking window of Dr. Turi. Remember that. All right. Now, it is important for you to go and read that newsletter because I'm giving you the next SOS to the world window date, which will be June the 4th. And that's going to be the beginning or the end of important phases of life. The same type of window that took her away, that starts a new beginning, an ending of a normal life and a new beginning into fame because she's not all over the world now. This window will be repetitive on June the 4th. And remember, windows start on the date they gave you and will last all the way to the next window. So currently, we are still into the shocking, surprising, mind-boggling type of news. And I collected a few of them for you. Boy Force is recovering for mountain lion attack. Again, that doesn't happen every day. Mueller to speak on Russia probe. Well, that's going to be the beginning of the end for important phases of life for the president, if you mark my words. 13 countries could see historic flooding today. 4 shot in Cleveland, Texas, including the sheriff deputy. Aaron Phillip, the trans-disabled model, taking a $2 trillion industry. More detail emerged over the Kawasaki stabbing rampage killer in Japan. Again, the word Japan was part of my keywords. And most importantly, currently you have news about a pilot on CNN that had the videos of a UFO. And again, my keywords really mention UFO. So the type of news that took place when that lady disappeared will now be coming back on June the 4th. Okay, so a lot of people from all walks of life will be affected by those dramatically life-changing cosmic winds. And the result will be, again, mind-boggling. So as always, check yourself, okay? Did you have to do something with electronics? Did you buy a new piece of electronic equipment that fell on you? Technology, to remember that. As far as I'm concerned, I went to do some X-ray because I had to deal with X-ray and MRI. There is all sorts of interesting, shocking energy that is taking you. And I'm glad that we have this UFO in the Desert conference starting up on the 30th. And that energy is absolutely wonderful if you are into UFOs and if you want to listen to those great speakers that we have out there. I'm going to be going there. It's a lot of painkiller for my hip, my back. So my wife's going to drive, so I won't have to suffer in the driving. I will be doing whatever I can out there. And I promised Victoria that if somebody doesn't show up, I will be a replacing speaker. I'm not in the program, but I might be announced if one of the speakers, anything can happen, shocking, doesn't show up. So I will have my UFO slideshow ready for you. If you join us, and I'll take care of you if you want to do some taped reading out there. So be aware, okay? The June the 4th window goes as entrail upset speed above. That is definitely volcano, okay? And if you remember, we had a few volcano and a lot of tornado. In fact, we had something like 500 tornado during that May SOS to the world. And this is why I took the time to publish it weeks ago. So when comes the time you join the point to say, hey, well, he was right. I'm not looking for your approval. I don't care. I just want to help you. You like me, you don't. It's like, President Trump, you like him or you don't. That's how you vibrate. If you vibrate at his speed and you're afraid of foreigners, afraid of power, like David Icke, you're going to be into conspiracy. You're going to hate foreigners. You're going to be afraid of being invaded by foreign people, not realizing America is just loaded with foreign people because that's what it is in the first place. So there is a lot of interesting things involving the June the 4th window, especially around the full moon. That's where I see something for our president that will definitely be changing his life. So remember, the quatrain that I have for June the 4th is entrail, upset, spit above. So be ready for natural disaster. Red, fire, wind, water to dance again, tornado. Stars, command, shock, science. All the educated idiots out there, scientists, don't understand why there is that upsurge of tornado that took place. It's because those cosmic winds are manipulated by the reptilius who are creating all these natural disasters and get people lost or dead by taking pictures using technology by the Grand Canyon, and bang, they die. Ignorance is evil, knowledge is power. Calm dissection to strike, that is part of that quatrain. And the keywords, Japan, Asia, France, cosmic news, NASA, shocking, stunning, baffling, incredible, whatever. Okay, cosmic news, UFOs, it's all there. So that is what's going on right now, okay? And on June the 4th will be a very, very, very different, very interesting energy that will take place, okay? All right, so let me see. As I said, my SOS to the world window always offers earthquakes above 6.0, and we had a bunch of them. And the biggest one was 8.0, okay? Okay, so let's talk about another type of news that really, really upset me. Third horse in 9 days dies in California Santa Anita racetrack. That marks the 26 horses that died. Okay. Now again, it has nothing to do with the track, my friend. Believe me, it has nothing to do with the track. Okay. All those horses are doped, pretty much like Mike Tyson, used to do before getting a fight. He was taking a lot of drugs. Next thing you know, he turned into a wild animal and ripped off the ear of Holyfield. So, those rich, greedy, infected bastards, all they want is money. They have an investment. They can make millions. And they couldn't care less about their very, very expensive horses or the jockey's life. They don't care. They can buy as many horses as they feel like. When they die, it's replaceable. It's just a horse. It's not just a horse. It's an animal, and animals are feeling in pain like we do. Okay. Now, what happened is those horses are so high that they will run so fast and literally blew up their heart on the racetrack. Okay. Or worse, they're so high they don't feel pain. So they're going to mess up their own joints or muscles. And then next thing you know, they break the leg, and what you can do, nothing else but put him down. So basically, being so high, they don't feel pain. And they work much harder. They're doped. Okay, I used to work with horses. I used to train horses in England, and we have to be very cautious of what type of food we give those horses. The point is that those rich bastards are getting richer, and the reptilius doesn't only make them richer, but they make them more egocentric and more greedy, much like your president. So just be cautious, okay? Now, there is a very specific quatrain that I wrote in 2018, in April 2018, in reference to our president. Blooming flower mid-month of June, I see December, so I give you 2 months in 2019, and we are right now in June, okay? Cosmic God may spare humanity, Hitler's famous infected spirit to die, world rejoice, infected souls cry. Now, when I said Hitler's famous infected spirit to die, it doesn't have to die physically. That's not what I'm promoting there. Because President Trump is a human being like you and me. He's emotional, he's sensitive, he's over-emotional. He reacts immediately to anything that goes against his ego. Yesterday in my YouTube video, I have explained his mental process as a Leo, he thinks like a king. It's just the way it is. It was his UCI, his unique celestial identity. For a Gemini, is the way it is. They're supposed to gain fame through their spoken words, through their written words, like George Norrie and Albert. Both of them were born in June as messengers of the gods. That's why they got that position where they shine through their words, like President Trump, or they de-shine, whatever it is. Famous. So just be aware that the more you learn about your sign, the better you know about yourself, the better you'll be able to control those cosmic winds, and the less vulnerable you'll be to the reptilius. Go to dr.turi.com and go on the top and click on your sign and read your basic characteristics. At least do that for yourself. There's much more. Your moon sign, which regulates your emotions. The location of Saturn, the great malefic, is going to put a lot of stress, a lot of challenge in your life. You don't know where it is. Then you have the reincarnate, you got Pluto, the planet who will help you to regenerate. Whatever it is that is affecting the affairs where Pluto resides is your regeneration area. If you don't, you die. As simple as that. And you do not know. And that's why all those kids will never stop killing themselves or killing their friends through school shootings. You will never, ever, in a million years, stop the shooting. Stop those school shooting because those kids are totally degenerated. They're infected by the reptilius, and the adults, the educated experts, the educated idiots, the parents, all these religious lunatics and atheists out there who have lost their connection with God, divinity, or the design of the cosmos. All these people are responsible for the disaster that we are in. But, everybody has been somewhere somehow indoctrinated, either by talking heads like David Icke, who constantly stimulate fear because he's himself infected, or religious fanatics all over the place, Joel Osteen and all these mega churches. They do nothing good whatsoever for humanity. They are all reptilians infected because all those religions were created for that very, very specific purpose, to create chaos, discord, and wars, and obviously ISIS caliphates. So just be cautious and be aware of my messages, because today I've explained to you the reason why the Hawaii hiker just follow those voices. It's okay to follow your voices. As I said earlier, your little voice will never lie to you, but you have to make the difference. You have to differentiate the call from the divine and the call that are stimulated by the reptilius. Luckily for her, okay, the Draconis was there, and then they decided to use that shocking window to let the rescuer exactly where she was. So, talking about shocking news, that is a very, very shocking type of news, and all was preset, pre-seen, predicted, for the lack of word, for you through my cosmic wisdom. So pay attention to the next one, June the 4th. It's going to be the beginning or ending of important phases of life. And then, 2 days after that, I'm going to be going through surgery. So that will be definitely a beginning of a new life for me. Once my hip is fixed, my back, I will be able to feel less pain and to lead a much better life. It's important. I am a spiritual healer. I am a soul doctor. I heal people naturally, but there is time where sudden enough you won't be able to avoid the knife, and it's a good thing. That's the beauty of science and the medical field, that are able to fix your heart and give you many more years to live. So it's important to understand your limitation when it comes to natural healing. All that I went through in my life, including suffering cancer, I know exactly why I got cancer. I understand and also know why it's not coming back. So it's important for you guys to pay attention to natural healing and not to be totally going the wrong way. Okay, we all have been somewhere somehow indoctrinated. We have been fed the same food that we vibrate, that we accept, that we understand, but it does not necessarily mean it is real. You need to keep an open mind. You need to be challenged to the extreme, and that's why you have people like me that will do that to make you aware that all road leads to Rome. There is always something you do not know. And if you're not curious enough and you're stuck on a box, you will never going to get to the light. So a truth seeker means also respecting and honoring the word science. And that means investigate. Take the time to use your marble, use critical thinking, even something you, in what I represent scare you or you don't like, don't you say, oh, amen, and let me go. Because you didn't land on my YouTube channel by accident. You got something to learn. And most of all, if you feel there is something, talk about me, talk about my messages. There is tons of video now. I use those videos as time capsule, so that when comes the time that finally scientists grow up a little bit and start to investigate my cosmic wisdom and my cosmic window, they will say, whoa, wait a minute here. You talk about shocking news, natural disaster, entrail speed, entrail upset, speed above. The next thing you know, we have 500 tornado. Whoa, wait a minute. Maybe there is something in Dr. Turi's work. And that's why I have to crystallize my work on those YouTube videos for future generations that will be a little bit more smarter than their parents or their peers. So that's where we're at. All right. So I hope to see you in Palm Springs, close to Palm Springs, Desert Wells, Indian Wells, where I'm going to be out there. We're going to definitely have a blast because that shocking, surprising UFO energy is definitely still with us until June the 4th. Well, it will be the beginning or the end of important phases of your life. Talk to you again. Thank you for listening, my friends. Make it a beautiful day. Bye-bye.